everyone, and welcome back. This has been a hot minute. It's been 5 weeks. Yeah, 5 weeks since the arrival of our baby girl. So this is my first vlog as a mum. Yeah, she's sleeping away. So my name is Ness. I'm a full-time baker over on TikTok, and this is kind of my lifestyle page. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining, and if you are returning, hello, welcome back. Thank you for being so patient with me. There's been so much stuff going on, sleep deprived, all the feelings, you know, everything as a mum. I'm sure if you are a mum, you understand what has been going on in the first 5 weeks. Baby girl is doing absolutely great. She is sound asleep in my carrier right now. And let me tell you, this is the only thing I can wear to get stuff done. She's in a very clingy stage. Apparently that's very normal between 4 to 6 weeks. So being on mummy, being on daddy is her only way that we can get stuff done. We have a little bit of time in the bassinet. We have like one downstairs, but it's been an eventful time. But we are loving absolutely every single moment. Has been incredible. Yeah, I didn't know love like this existed until I had her. So I get really emotional. I've had so many hormones going through at the moment. But this vlog isn't going to be as long as my normal vlogs. I'm going to try and film what I can. Again, it has been pretty taxing. There's been nights with no sleep, like 3 hours of sleep, if that, maybe an hour and a half. So I'm going to try and film what I can. But right now we're going to go set up the bottles. I want to get the milk from yesterday stored into the bags, all that fun stuff. I am exclusively pump feeding her. So she is on breast milk that I pump every 3 hours. So I'm going to go take you through how I do that and then see what else I can get done for the day. Today's tasks are very minimal. I would like to vacuum the house, very minimal, and I would like to put the laundry away. We've got a whole load of clothes to put away. So let me go do the milk first. One of the things that I like to do every single morning is to go through my milk from yesterday and pop it into my freezer bags. I'm sorry if you can hear, but Pudding has got little hiccups. That is kinda, so she's a little bit fussy. I wear this carrier all the time. It's so helpful around the house. So as you can see, I have a whole load of mini jars. I'm trying to get in the habit of putting it in these big jars, like this one I got from Mama Cozy, but I just can't seem to get into the swing of putting it in there. So what I'm gonna do is use these little bags. These again are the Mama Cozy ones. I love these because they are temperature control. They have like a little orange, yeah, she's a little fussy today. They have a little purple dot here, which is heat control. So anyone can tell when these are safe to use. So I've been freezing quite a lot of milk. I'm not doing stash or anything like that, but any leftovers I am freezing. And any milk that I have from a bottle that has been out for too long or she hasn't finished within time, I pop it into another one of these, which is labeled in my fridge, and I put it into her baths. So I heard that it's really good for baby skin. So I'm just going to label and date these. I always do around 4 ounces in each one. And this is from yesterday's date. So this is from the 5th of May. So I just use a Sharpie like so, and then this is how I fill them up. So I have some that are already 4 ounces, like this one for example was 4 ounces. You can see there's quite a good level of fat in this one as well. When it goes in the fridge, it kind of gets a fat ring around it, which I didn't even know was possible. So I'm going to use this as my measurer. This one here, I'm going to pour these ones in. So at the moment I'm using 2 different types of pumps. I started using the Spectre, which is the one that I got through insurance, and then on, your hiccups are so cute, babe. They are so cute. She's like half asleep, half hiccuping. The one that I got for my little birthday present to myself, because the time you've seen this, well, it's my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow. So a birthday present that I got for myself was the hands-free pump from Effie. You guys gave me some great recommendations on my Instagram, so thank you so much for doing that. And I love it. It's got the warming feature. It's definitely a splurge, but I wanted something that was medical grade, because I've heard things, if you don't get a medical grade handless one, it can dip your supply and all those things. So I love it so much. She's breast milk exclusive. I did try feeding exclusively from the breast, but unfortunately I was having some issues. So I do pumping, or pump exclusive, I think that's what it's called. There's so many different terms that I need to get my head around. But yeah, so I pump every 3 hours. There have been nights where I leave it a little bit longer if I've been sleeping. I spoke to my lactation doctor and she said that's completely fine. If you are going to skip a pump, obviously please just check. I use my chart and they message back straight away, which is great. So she said that I could skip one. But overall, Pudding took to, oh bless her, she took to the bottle really well. The bottles that we are using are the Dr. Brown. She has had some issues with gas as well this week and the last week and a bit. So we are using gas drops and things like that, but I can leave everything linked, all of the products that I really like. It is definitely trial and error. When I was pregnant, I had a baby registry, and on the baby list they had a selection of different bottles, so you get like one of each of the top 4 brands. I really wanted glass bottles. I was like, I'm not gonna do plastic, I'm gonna do glass. It didn't happen. It did not happen. We couldn't get them in time. She was being, you know, a little bit fussy and drinking too quickly, and the lactation doctor recommended these ones. They could get here the same day delivery on Amazon. So that's what happened there, but I really like them. I've had no issues with them. I think they're great. So I'm going to fill this one up. Again, each one is 4. And I still don't know why I don't put it in the jug every single time. I think the reason is because this jug obviously lives in the fridge, and then any leftover milk I put it in these little ones, and you have to let it chill before you put it into here. Some people do, some people don't. I was recommended to do it, so that's what I'm gonna do. But it just took me so long to get into the swing of things, and I have the utmost respect for breastfeeding mums. Oh, it's a lot, and pumping is a lot. Every 3 hours, 24 hours a day, it's a lot. So I'm just gonna finish doing these milks, and then I pop them into my freezer. I use a separate freezer for my milks. I have my old one that I used to use for my cakes. Obviously I'm not doing any baking right now at the moment. Lovely. And then there's just like this tiny little bit left in here, so I'll pop this in the one for the bath time. Oh, she's asleep. Oh, she looks like, I don't know if you can see, I'll have to bring the camera over in a minute, but she looks so cute. But yeah, I don't use it for my cakes, so I'm not baking at the moment, and they just live in that freezer. She has been a little bit fussy today, our little girly girl. Okay, so how many do we have here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 bags ready to get frozen, and then all of these containers now need to go into the bottle dishwasher. Let me just show you her really quickly. Let's show you Pudding. She is sleeping like a baby. Again, this carrier is the only way I get things done, because she is pretty fussy at the moment. I've heard from week 4 to 6 is peak fussiness. So the only way I can get things done is wearing her, which I'm not bad. She's the best accessory I've ever owned in my life. So I'm just finishing filling up the bottle dishwasher. But what I was gonna say was thank you so much to all of you for being so incredibly patient with me. I have been going through it. I still don't know when I'm coming back to work properly. Obviously, I'm not baking at the moment professionally. If you guys don't know, over on TikTok, I'm a full-time baker. That is my job. But I am not baking because I am a little bit hands-on with this one. So I'm just trying to get back into the lifestyle, kind of posting regularly. But it's really tough not to have a pity party, you know, but sometimes when you sleep 3 hours at night, you don't really start thinking about filming content and different angles and things like that. The women who do hats off to you. Absolute hats off to you. Okay, so, oh, there we go. This bottle dishwasher is running constantly. Let me show you. This thing, godsend. It runs the cycle in 29 minutes, sterilizes everything. It is great. I don't know why it's not focusing. Hello? Why is my camera being weird? It's like, you haven't used me in so long. So let's put this in. This is my milk supply so far. It may look like a lot, but I have nothing to compare it to. So this is kind of what the situation looks like. I just kind of lie these flat up here to keep them flat, and then I stack them up. So I'm gonna move these like so, and I'm gonna lay them flat. I wanna get some bins to put these in, which I think I might have some somewhere. And I'm also gonna take out some beef stew that my mother-in-law made me. So I'm gonna take out my beef stew because this stuff is the best. Again, a few things that I've been loving is this Noodle and Boo laundry detergent, and then this for any blowouts and things like this. This stuff gets everything out. I absolutely love it. You can find this one on Amazon. And then this one, Noodle and Boo very kindly sent me their whole collection. So we have the stain remover, we have the freshener, and then the laundry detergent and fabric softener. I have really, really sensitive skin, like crazy sensitive. So I was really worried that she may have the same. So I've been super, super diligent on everything that she needs. It's been, you know, tested. It's chemical free, hypoallergenic, all of that fun stuff. So these are my must-haves at the moment. I do have to do some laundry of hers. She has her own separate laundry bin down here so that we keep things separate from ours. I will do some laundry today because she did have a blowout last night. Oh, random fun fact. My ring now fits. This is my ring that this is my mum's old engagement ring, and this one now fits back on my finger. So small wins are happening. All of that has been done. I'm now going to take her out for a little walk. I've been walking around 35 to 40 minutes every day this week only. I go to the doctor's next week for my 6-week post delivery checkup, so I get signed off, hopefully start doing some training and all that fun stuff. But for now I've just been walking, and it's been so good for my mental health, so good just to get out the house. So I'm going to take her for a walk. I'm going to lay her down nice and peacefully, and then we can come back, and I think I have an Amazon package to show you. So I was just about to leave to go out on my walk, and my Amazon package has come, so I'm going to show you before I go on the walk. So here she is. I have been trying to look up things for my hair. If you don't, is that the car? Oh no. If you don't know, my hair journey has been a little rough. During pregnancy, I experienced a lot of hair loss, hair breakage, so trying to put it back together has been pretty challenging. I am taking supplements, but nothing seems to be working. And when I saw the hairdresser last, she said I might be getting too much protein on my hair, which I didn't even know that was a thing. So I did my own research, so I went back to hairdressers, and she doesn't even wake up. I got, I can open this. Let me show you. I got the Redken shampoo and conditioner bonding one. I got them from Amazon because they come the same day. There's been a lot of purchases at night time when I'm pumping or feeding. So I'm like, how do you know I was up all night? Just look at my cart and you will realize. So I've got this one. This is the oh my goodness, acidic blonde bonding concentrate shampoo and conditioner. So I'm going to try these and I'll let you know how they are. This is my little home studio. I do have some mats set up for her. I want to get some like cushion underneath this one, and then she has her space chair, which she absolutely loves. And I just have 2 yoga mats that we had everything of this already. I did get some little cheeky weights. So I got these ones right here. Obviously they're very, very light at the moment. I'm not doing anything heavy, but this is the little home gym situation. These mirrors were already here when we moved in, so it kind of worked out pretty good. Oh, I got some resistance bands. I got those from Target. When it's raining, I'm going to be walking on my walk pad. And surprise, surprise, it's my birthday tomorrow and it's due to be a huge thunderstorm tonight and tomorrow. So looks like on my birthday, we're going to be doing some nice little walks on here. I'll either carry her if she's being fussy or I'll have her in her space chair. I'm also going to try and do a Q&A because a lot of you have been asking me about my delivery, all that kind of fun stuff. I have posted some stuff online, but I want to kind of go through with you my experience and how things went for me. Again, every pregnancy is completely different. Share with you what we are comfortable with when it came to the delivery of her, but she is sound asleep, like so. She's just so precious. I can't believe she's 5 weeks old already. I'm gonna go for a walk, put a podcast on, and get my steps in and make kind of my day a little bit more relaxed because the mornings can be a little hectic. I'll see you guys soon. Good morning everyone, and today it is my birthday. Right on cue. So before we were just cut off, but hi guys, it's a new day. Today is Thursday and it is my birthday. Yay! This is a very different birthday. My lovely baby girl kept me up most of the night, but she did wake up especially between 11 and 2. Make sure that she celebrated my birthday in style. So it was very, very magical having birthday kisses with her and snuggles at midnight. Used to be at the pub, now getting snuggles from her. So as you can tell, I'm walking on my treadmill. I'm still trying to hold myself super accountable. It is a grey, rainy day here. We had such a storm last night, and I really wanted to make sure that I stayed true and stuck to my plan. So I'm going to do a 30-minute walk on my treadmill. Every time I try and put her down, she loses her mind. So she's getting strapped up, and we're going to do our workout together because she's currently sound asleep. But I thought I would use this time because a lot of you guys were asking me questions. I put a poll up on my Instagram where you guys could ask me questions about childbirth and my pregnancy journey and things like that. So I'm just going to pull out my phone and try and find where this is. Okay, so here it is. I posted this on the 8th of April. If you guys like doing these Q&As, let me know down in the comments, but we can definitely do this again. So let's open them up. Some of the questions, there were so many questions. Lucy Capkin, I hope you said that right. She said, how are you settling into your new role? It can be quite a shock into the system. Yes, definitely a shock. People always say to us, you know, having a newborn is the hardest thing, you know, sleeping, blah, blah, blah. And I honestly didn't believe it until I was in the trenches. And it's definitely the trenches. Zach and I have made an amazing team and I'm so, so proud of him. He is settling into the role of being daddy so wonderfully, and I knew he would, but we kind of take the night shifts in kind of shifts. We take the night time in shifts. So he does, you know, normally between 2 and 6. I do the first half of the evening and I normally come downstairs and let him get a couple more hours sleep, depending on his work schedule. But definitely a shock to the system. I think the hardest thing is not pudding, it's pumping. Pumping every 3 hours is a lot. But you know, it's what we gotta do. She's been to the doctors for her 4-week checkup and she was doing absolutely great. So that one, I'll do anytime. Jodie Hall, how much did she weigh? So when she was born, she was 19 inches long and she was 6 pounds 9 ounces. When we went back for our checkup, she was up to 7 pounds 2 maybe, I think. And when we went back for our 4-week checkup, she was 8.9. So she is definitely growing, right on track. The nurse actually had to come back in and re-weigh her because they thought they made a mistake. Bonnie, she's so beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Chewin3, great name. I missed your live streams. I am planning on coming back to live streaming soon. It's just really hard. I want to spend as much time with her as possible, you know, getting to know each other, hanging out and get a routine. We don't really have much of a routine at the moment, so until that's established, baking is kind of on hold. Lynn, no questions, but congratulations in keeping the baby spam coming for us. She's beautiful. Oh, that's so kind. Will you eventually share your birth story and how it's motherhood so far? This is from Mandy Cry. Is that right? So my birth story, again, I'm going to keep it vague. You don't need all the details, and I'm not willing to share all the details. But we did have a high-risk pregnancy. There were a lot of scares along the way, a lot of restrictions and everything like that. So because of that, we were advised it's best to do a C-section delivery. And honestly, I didn't have a dying urge to do a natural birth. I know some women do, and I completely respect that. But for me, the only option was what is safest for pudding. You know, what's safest for Kaya, then I will do. So we had a scheduled C-section. It means that she came a week early at 39 weeks. And this wasn't booked until week 37, 38. It was booked, had like a week's notice, a week or maybe a week and a half notice. I loved it. I would recommend it to anyone. It was the most surreal experience knowing that, you know, the day ahead of time, Zach and I were sitting having dinner like, tomorrow we're gonna have a baby. You know, like knowing when it was. The run up beforehand, I was ChatGPTing everything, like every single cramp, motion, whatever. I was like, oh my God, she's coming. She's gonna come early. I just feel it in my bones. But she didn't. On the actual day itself, we went to the hospital. We got there an hour, 2 hours before surgery. They took all my bloods, they put an IV in. We met all the doctors. It was my doctor who was doing it as well, which was great. The anesthesiologist, all the nurses. And then before we knew it, Zach was in scrubs. I was on my way to go get checked. They wheeled me in the bed, I'm getting out of breath. They wheeled me into the surgery room. They did the spinal needle, which made you numb from the waist down, or like kind of from the boobs down, to be honest. And that didn't hurt at all. I've heard horror stories that really hurt, but it didn't. You kind of just hunch your back a little bit. I had a pillow over my tummy, and they just popped the needle in. As soon as that needle was in, I was numb, completely numb. They had music playing, the nurses were incredible. At that point, they laid me down and prepped me for surgery, and then that's when Zach came back in to join. Again, I was a little apprehensive about being away from Zach. He said it was the longest few minutes of his life, but for me, there was so much going on, I wasn't really thinking about it. Sorry, she was deep in sleep, so I was able to put her back down for a second. So yeah, once Zach came in and sat by me, he was right by my head. They put the blind up and, you know, I couldn't see anything at all. And then the doctor came in and gave me a really big pinch on my stomach to see if I could feel that. And obviously I couldn't. And then they started the surgery. It was pretty quick. I would say that she was out within about 20 minutes of surgery. For me, all I was focusing on was waiting to hear that cry. I'm sure every mother can relate to that. I was like, I don't care what is going on with me. I just want the cry. So the cry came, I then relaxed instantly. The way it felt with the surgery was kind of they were rummaging around in your handbag and you were the handbag. There was a little bit of pressure as she came out, but that was it. Then Zach, ooh, did I turn it off? Okay, sorry, I had to restart this. Zach cut her umbilical cord and checked on her, and then he came around holding her and sat by me while they finished stitching me up. It honestly, the time went so quickly. I was focusing on her. I couldn't quite see her properly yet because of the angle that my head was at and the way that she was being held. Once I was all stitched up and back together, the nurse put pudding on my arm, and then we went straight back into our room, and recovery was okay. Day 1 was fine. I had blockers in, which meant that I couldn't feel any pain. Day 2 is when the pain started to come in, and they give you prescriptions. I was on Tylenol, ibuprofen, and then I had 24 hours of oxycodone, I think it is. I didn't want to have too much of that, obviously because I don't want to take too much, but also because it can block up your system a little bit. And I heard horror stories about your first time using the restroom after baby can be a little challenging. Thankfully, all was good. So there's a little bit of the insight there. Recovery has been pretty good. I'm definitely not the shape that I used to be, but my body has done so much incredible stuff for me, you know. It is what it is, and I am on my journey back. I'm just grateful that I have my health, that she is healthy, That is the main important thing to me. So now I go back to the doctor next week for my 6-week checkup, and then hopefully I get cleared to do a little bit more adventurous kind of things, like some Pilates. So there was that question. That was kind of a long one. That's one thing I've noticed about motherhood, is you're juggling lots of things at the same time, and my brain just doesn't really work that great. So there was just loads and loads and loads. C, truthfully, how are you feeling after your C-section? Okay, yeah, so I feel like I just answered that question. Definitely felt a little sore. It was hard because if you've known me for a while, you know that I am always on the go. My nickname was the Energizer Bunny. So having to take things slow, especially for the first few weeks after, was quite tricky. Like I couldn't carry her, I couldn't carry anything heavier than her. So I couldn't carry her around too much, and I was a bit worried about that. I couldn't really go up and down the stairs, so we set up a full upstairs downstairs situation, which I think I showed everyone. We had a bassinet down here, and then a changing station, because when I came down for the day, that was it. I was down for the day. I wasn't paying up and down stairs. But I want to say that my recovery was pretty good. I have heard lots of different stories, and I think it's a little bit like pregnancy, like every recovery is slightly different. The physio came in on the day 1, and I was up and moving around and walking around from day 1. How much does baby weigh? So many of those. I feel like I'm missing some questions. There were so many. How am I feeling? Just so many lovely comments, like how am I feeling, the C-section, the recovery. Oh, her name. Someone asked, how did you get her name? And honestly, we did not pick Kaya's name for the longest time. I think we were 36 weeks when we picked her name. We just couldn't decide on one. I wanted a very traditional name, like an English name. Zach wanted something a little bit unique and a bit out there, so trying to find the middle ground was a little bit challenging. He came up with Kaya. It's actually a Hawaiian name, which we have no ties to, but it means of the ocean. And then her middle name is Eloise. My middle name is Louise, and his middle name is Lou, after his grandfather. So we wanted something to keep that alive. I thought that was also really unique, so we went for Eloise. So that's how we came up with her name, and I absolutely love it. I think it suits her perfectly, and we did have a couple of other backup names in case we looked at her and she looked a little bit different. So if you want to know my other names, let me know. I can do a TikTok on that one. I think that's pretty much all the questions. Mainly, how am I feeling? What am I doing? Oh, how are your allergies? Texas girl, how are your allergies in North Carolina? Texas, the allergies have been pretty crazy. That's why we're only just starting to go out on walks. I've been very mindful of her. We haven't left the house really much at all. And we're not going to until she's had her vaccinations at 8 weeks. So at 8 weeks she'll have her vaccinations, probably give it a week or 2, and then we'll start leaving the house and maybe going to get coffee. But as you can probably tell, I'm getting a little bit out of breath, so I'm going to carry on walking, pop a YouTube video on, and I will see you guys a little bit later. I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A. I really enjoyed it. Morning everyone, excuse the crazy messy hair. Are we starting to wake up now? We are in our matching pajamas. We've had such a lovely a lovely snuggly morning together. She has been an absolute princess, and she slept so well for the first time in such a long time. So I just wanted to end this vlog here. I know I didn't film that much on my birthday, but again, I was just in the moment with me, Kaya and Zach. So I'm going to try my best to get back to vlogging every single week. So I'm going to end this vlog, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and I answered the questions, and I'm truly sorry about the camera angles. They were shocking. I think half my head was missing for half the video, so I'm really sorry about that. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and let me know down in the comments if you want to do another Q&A session. And I'm gonna start her day. Oh, I could just look at her all day. We're gonna start the day when she's ready to wake up. So I'm gonna soak in these last few minutes of quietness before the day starts. So thank you so much guys, and I'll see you next week.